Welcome everybody. DarkKnightBento is here. It's been a while. I've been missing in action. I do apologize to people who were looking forward to content I had. I can't remember. I did post a video up yesterday. I got into a really good one in Dragon Ball Fighters. But and the title of the video is what creativity means to me, and what's been driving me to come back is by watching a lot of YouTube, which I always have done. I always have watched a lot of YouTube, but noticing that watching different, channels and what they bring to the table, kind of made me feel a little bit in the dark. And not just with just putting content up on YouTube. It's just anything that had to do with my creative side. Where my stepfather was the one who got me into drawing. I used to draw a lot. That was my first form of being creative and expanding my imagination and my mind to building characters that I've never seen on TV or in comic books before. I would build a lot of characters I of myself, but I also obsessed over characters like Spider-Man, who is my favorite Marvel hero, and Batman, who is also my favorite DC hero. But when I was younger, I always wanted to make video games. I never knew what it was. I love the drawing aspect and creative, being creative by drawing environments and characters for certain universes that people wanted to create. I went to Humber College in Rexdale in Toronto, Canada, and it was a different experience. 2 classes of 75 students split into 2 classes, and it got to the point where I learned the competitive nature of that industry and how people who wanted a job very bad would stomp on other people. And that's what kind of happened. Some people who never taken these type of courses before went into the, with an open mind, wanting to learn, and then meeting people that had past experience using 3D programs and, Photoshop, anything to do with the gaming industry. They had some sort of experience already, but took a lot of time from the teachers, took them away from the people who I actually really thought really needed the teachers more than the guys and girls that were there. I found it very unfair, and I still talk to people to this day that I went to animation school with, and nobody does what they what to school for. Not anyone I talk to, at least. I had one buddy who did work at Ubisoft Toronto, and he said he got bored. And the same thing, there was competitive nature in Ubisoft where other artists would try to show off and be better, but I don't find that's how creativity should be. I find creativity should bring people together, all kind of forms of art. You got your music, you got your drawings, paintings, film. Do it for film. Do it for the love of what you feel is the best way that can express your ideas and what you think. And when I did do the animation course, it did drive me out because of these people who were in this competitive nature. I'm sorry. I don't know why people try to call me at certain times, but we shall mute that. But I was in the dark for a lot of the time, and but in the background I was always following other creative people, and I follow tons of artists on Instagram, and they have inspired me to draw again. I follow many good artists, and they sell photos, and you can actually buy off of them, and they can do you a photo of anything depending on the cost of what you want. If you want it inked, if you want it painted, the size, the scale, what kind of character, how much detail is this photo kind of, is it more cartoony, is it more realistic, is it more out of this world? And that's why I always loved the video game aspect of creating a video game, but I didn't like the competitive nature of it. So I found a different way of how I can still love the video game industry is by playing the very games that these creative people make. And I always found that I could be creative in different ways. That didn't have to be in association with the video game industry of making the game itself. I don't find that that's what I wanted to do. But I've always loved expressing myself and visually and you know mentally when it comes to that form of art style and that form of art and media. So I've always wanted. I started out my YouTube channel at first was to show how much I loved and appreciate the video games that I play. That these people have took a lot of time and a lot of hard work to make. And one of those, my favorite game today right now is God of War. I have a little pedestal over there of Kratos and Atreus in the corner there with the art book, the guide. I got the collector's edition with the statue, and it was just phenomenal what Santa Monica Studios did. That was a team that didn't stomp on one another. That was a creative team that was cohesive with one another, that had the same goal, that had the same idea, but did different things in that, making that game in that development cycle. And it was phenomenal. To me, it's a fucking masterpiece. God of War is a fucking masterpiece. When it comes to the voice acting, another form of art. When it comes to the music, another form of art. When it comes to the visualization of the characters and the stories and how they grew from start to beginning, that's another form of art. It's just so many different aspects of art that came together to make something great. Video games. I'm gonna say it again. Fucking video games, guys. I know I got long hair now, but yeah, the video game industry has been booming. I'm not one of those guys that liked how they make their money. Some companies with the microtransactions kind of takes out of the whole enjoying the creation of that form of art, where you have to pay extra money for to make your guy look a little better, and some games do it for which I don't find right for gameplay ways, but I don't think you should pay for gameplay. You should pay for a full package of that piece of art that you want to stick in your your PlayStation or your Xbox or your PC, or some people, they love mobile games. I can't hate it. Any form of game is is pretty cool. Some people don't have the time to play on their phone. Some people have a lot of time to play at home. Some people want the best graphics, so they the PC Master Race. Woo! PC Master Race. I used to be a PC guy, and then it just cost way too much money. So I went to consoles, but I have both. I don't hate on Xbox. I don't hate on PlayStation. Majority of my friends are on PlayStation, but Xbox has some amazing games, but PlayStation is hitting it out of the park with their exclusive games like God of War. Shadows Die Twice. No wait, Shadows Die Twice is on Xbox as well. Yeah, I believe it's on Xbox. So. Game was I think that was a Neo was a PlayStation, so yeah, so I got those two games mixed up, but they have a lot of good exclusives. I wish Xbox would have more exclusives. The new Series X is taking graphics to another level, where now these artists and developers have more detail to put in these games, and it's like, how much more real can a game get? Well, it all depends on the mind itself, what tools they have at hand, what they can bring to the table, and if they have a great team that can follow the same vision to make something so detailed and so immersive that people just get lost in. It's like going to a museum and getting lost in a painting from someone that painted it hundreds of years ago. Till this day, the Mona Lisa is a classic painting. Old, classic, beautiful to stare at. Many other paintings out there that do the same thing. Just art has blown up. Creativity has blown up. If you feel like you have something good in your mind, express it. Express it what feels comfortable to you. Don't let so basically I made this video, don't let competition drive you out of being creative. Stay creative, stay in your own mind, and be who you want to be creatively. And maybe there are people that are just like you, that you can start something beautiful together. You can start something amazing. Do that. Don't miss out. Don't sit in the dark. Don't allow other people to put you down with your not everybody enjoys everybody's art style, but there's an art style for you. Just do it. Not from Nike. Nike, don't sue me. Just do it. But guys, I was in the dark, and I want to come back and be creative. I want to make content on my YouTube channel. I want to express so amazing games that are going to play, that are coming out, and games I got a half a stack of games I haven't even touched from years ago, and I've always wanted to express myself on how these games look visually, and try to dissect and critique every type of work of art that comes my way. and make my own forms of art, and that's what I wanted to do. So yeah, guys, I hope to see more of you guys, and if you guys want, I hope you guys want the same from me. I just wanted to talk and express myself. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen. I appreciate it. If you've come across the video and you do enjoy what I say and you want to see more, subscribe, guys. All right, love you guys. Peace out.